Hey, Leo. Oh, I feel so comfortable with you guys right now. Like, I feel so relaxed. Put the stage out a little bit. So I've been, I've been meditating with you guys, and I have Mars and Leo at 29 degrees. And if you see me up here itching, it's because I got a wig on, and I've been battling cancer for 10 years. So I had 7 year break, and then it just came back in April, and I had two more of them. So I had three cancers altogether, fought for about 7 or 8 months, and that's why I've been gone. So, because the chemo got way too hard, with like just sitting, it's crazy. I can't even explain it. That's a whole nother world. But this is about Leo. And all I'm telling you too is that when I was meditating and I saw my wigs, because I've got a couple, but it's been too hot to wear any. So for videos, it's nice to be inside where it's cool. And I was like, you need to get more wigs. Like, it was like a Leo told me, like, you should probably get like 3 more. You can get them for really cheap if you're interested, or if you know anybody that's going through this stuff that wants to wear them. And where I'm at, winter's coming very soon. So it's right around the corner. So wigs are great when you don't have any hair. So especially when you don't have any hair, by the way, they're a lot easier to wear. So I get why everybody likes all this Leo energy right now, what I'm feeling. I like the Leo feel. I had 2 cards come out during meditation when I was shuffling with the deck, the Deviant Moon deck. It's been a while since I've even touched this deck until these past couple days. The World card, the Fool, and the 7 of Cups came out. So when I that was crazy. It's like a secret within. That's what I wrote down. And that's what the World card really is having a very deep sense, like the rapture of the universe when it understands itself in God. The Fool card, using your mind and your heart, seeing an intelligent dream. The sun is shining on it, because in the Fool card, the sun is shining in the back. We're going to let those come out. So, we got... this came out first. So the 4 Pentacles, that could be a lot of this Capricorn energy. And then the Death card. But that's good, because right now with all this subconscious energy in Pisces, which rules the 12th house of the subconscious, that foggy, dreamy state, when we get rid of the nonsense and be in balance with our subconscious, new things come in when we push out and get the old out. Sometimes it even weeds itself out. And right now I feel like that's what's happening to Leo. Like if you're not letting it go, it's gonna go, even if it takes you kicking and screaming. And I get that stuff. Like Mars and Leo in the 7th house, I see it in everybody around me, like that whole feeling of, am I right? Am I wrong? Am I crazy? So, that's just the full moon energy right now. But thank God for Jupiter, where it's at and what it's doing for us. And it's expanding so we can see it. And being sun and all this, movement and stellium and Virgo right now, the opposite side, Virgo's like doing this stuff for us. So I want to get into, like, you're searching for experience. And when that 7 of Cups was on the bottom of the deck, it was like strength, chalices of vision, and of fantastic spirit. Seeing things in a glass of contemplation. That fell face down. I'm just going to wait. And saying this isn't permanent. So it's going to be time to choose soon. And both Leos that I've talked to, like, one is aware of the choice, and if she's watching, hello. And then one is still trying to go with the old. So it's the subconscious stuff. Like, we're all doing it. Every single zodiac sign's doing it. It's just the energy. So it's going to be time to choose soon. Virgo already picked it apart for you when she shined the light on how you will feel when you finally jump. So you might still be sitting there with Venus and Mercury getting ready to move into Libra. Um, but it's good. Like I said, it will take you. But that's the way it goes for everybody. You know, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. It's only rough if I think it's rough. It's only scary if I think it's scary. It's very, very black and white and being able to sit in the middle like Libra does. But then by the time Scorpio season comes along, boom, it's going to be like, it's going to hurt if, no matter what. Because Scorpio's the realist as far as the depth. Like Scorpio can't help itself. So, because the secrets within are our subconscious. So what have you been telling it? What's in those cups? So when you look at the 7 of Cups card on my Instagram, like what have you put in them? What have you decided that you're going to look at and say, this is how it is? Because all that is emotions. There's no concrete. So let's see what else. Wow. Okay. Hi. And then, wow, look at that. Movement. And I'm going to face the camera down like I always do. So hold on a second here. Let me go the other way. So then we get all these like ownership. So you're going to own, you can own your emotions. You can own what you've put in those cups. And what I had face down was the 7 of Swords. I'm going to let another one fall out. And I just kind of go with the flow. If I'll clarify something, I'll wait till I point the camera down. So let me get more in front here. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I love going with Leo. Like there's such a satisfaction in it when I meditate on your sign. It's just very easy, very loving, very heartfelt. But there's no need to seek attention for all that you are. Well, I don't know where that came from. King of Cups, probably. Like, you're going to move into that if you work with yourself instead of anybody else. Okay, so I'm going to take... Oh, this is just a lot. There we go. We had the 6 of Pentacles and then Judgment. And I think that's just, the calling out. Just, like, calling it out, being honest with yourself. Then that way, everything around you also becomes honest. Because if you notice at the bottom, which we'll get more into it, those are the demons. Like, it's shiny. It's, like, gonna dig up the dirt. Like, no matter what. So, yeah, we'll see what's at the bottom of the deck. It figures. 8 of Cups. Like, maybe you got that Judgment and was like, okay, all right, I'm listening. I listen now. But there's a lot of emotion here, though. But I want to point the camera down. Like, I want to get into this in depth for you, Leo. So I will be right back. Leo, we're back. I just wanted to say good for you, honestly. Like, there's just so much growth in this. 4 of Pentacles coming out first. I think this Pisces full moon is just, well, bam, like it's hitting you. Like holding on to everything you have, like someone is going to take it. But you have all these gifts, like there's so much more to have than what you are currently holding on to. Like if you notice, the only thing really there is the skeleton on the back. Like it's always beside you. Like, I think you want to transform that into something that's more than just, this little bit of pinnacle energy. Just this, could be a lot of this Saturn and Capricorn restricting you with Pluto being there on the South Node. So, especially with Death coming out next, there's like a sinking ship in the back in a factory that's polluting everything. Like that's how you're kind of, or you were seeing it this way, maybe just recently. But it's like that pregnant death shadow. It's like it's blocking the sun. It must be squashed, just like he is in the card, for the new to come in. And Jupiter is all about expansion, and it's in Sagittarius, so it's going to do it. You can either go with it or fight, because either way it's going. But notice with the death being pregnant, that means there's no room for this little issue to go back in, maybe past fears. Because the Seven of Swords, planning is lying to yourself. It just keeps us stuck. Like whatever you designed in your head is just causing annoyance. It's like you're performing in a circus, but really no one's watching but you. Like it's your own creation. But that's, the Six of Swords comes out. So you just, like, it's like you look over and you pull one of these swords out of the mud. And it's like you head down a course that's smooth. Like it's not beyond your strength to let this stuff go. It may feel like it though, because there's a lot of the cups, like I said on the Instagram that I posted with the Seven of Cups, seeing, kind of asking yourself, what have you put in those cups? Because the King of Cups came out, and I think you're being responsible for all those things that you did put in them, like being creative with what you've learned and changing your words, like things that you say out loud and the universe absorbs and gives back to you. Like, Leo is just full of love. They're all heart. And I think they can, I've done it, like trip over my own feet. Because this is right here is what really is beautiful, because of the Six of Pentacles coming out. And I feel like it goes like this, like you're holding on, but this is waiting for you, this intelligence, this creative intelligence. If you let it go, and if you leave it behind and don't let it re-enter, like your ships won't sink, because you're giving instead of holding on to, because you've moved. So it's like this is a symbol of giving to those less fortunate. What it tells me is that when you surrender, you can finally be able to share all the stuff you've learned and help others, like, and see that there are people that need you. Like, they find you useful, they find you meaningful, maybe a better crew, because judgment comes out, like you will be restored. And notice all those figures down here, they're in wonder. Like, look at their expressions. They're in wonder, adoration, and ecstasy. Expressed by their attitudes. Pisces full moon can be foggy, but this is great work of transformation, because the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck, you are finally leaving the past behind and seeing what's important and what isn't. That's why I felt so good with you guys. That's why I love Leo. That's why I get along so well with Leo, especially females. Like, there's just, I don't know, you guys may show me that I can just love myself to pieces. Like, every piece of me, every part of me, I can keep moving. And I just did Aries reading and asked if they were dealing with the Leo. So maybe you're holding on to an Aries. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to pull from the Oracle deck. I didn't do this for Aquarius. I don't know why. I felt like it was so well said anyway. It didn't really need it. But I did it for Aries. So I'm going to do it for you, Leo. Fellow fire sign. That fell on the ground. On my cat. Unconditional love. This is totally loving yourself so you can love others in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. None of that stuff matters. None of that stuff matters. I've been telling both Leos this that I've talked to, both Leo females. None of it matters. Like you're blocking yourself from the sunlight of the spirit. That's what it feels like. Like I just want to choke them and shake them and say it's so much more simple than you are viewing it as. So, but I do have unconditional love because I know I've also been there, and it has not been easy to let stuff go and let stuff, fade and make room for new. Like I want to hold on to everything too. That I want that, it's a very mutable energy right now with all this Virgo, and yet we're in this dreamy state with Neptune there too in Pisces, and this is a full moon, so this is here to expose. So let's see what Mary Magdalene has to say for the sign of Leo. The message from her: I'm not what most people think, yet to defend myself would be to sink to a lower level than I feel comfortable with. I am one with the divine just as you are, and it is here that I choose to reside. The lower levels of human bickering, judgment, and chaos, right here, and we do this to ourselves. Like you could be battling and have conflict and stuff with someone else, but really we do it to ourselves even if we're doing it with others or to others. It really just hurts us. But they're just that, lower levels. I choose to do my work from the level of the higher consciousness where love reigns supreme. It's here where the most good can be done, and I urge you to do the same. Where you dwell in consciousness is where you truly dwell. So focus your thoughts on good things that you can find in people and rise above all appearances otherwise. I mean, that goes perfect with this reading. I mean, absolutely perfect. And it goes on to say some various meanings about don't worry about what others think or say. Because it doesn't matter. Heal the situation with love. Send love to those who have hurt you or misjudged you. And I do feel a lot of that too, like you've been misjudged. But what were you putting out? And I'm not saying you did anything wrong, but I'm just saying this is a good time with this Pisces full moon to ask myself, what have I put out there? So forgive yourself for what you think and you've done, that you think you've done or not done. Release old unforgiveness toward others to help yourself heal and move on. That's all this Pisces full moon is about, is going into the subconscious. They never called Mary Magdalene a prostitute or a sinner. She's been called one, but nonetheless overlooks these false judgments and unconditionally forgiving and has beautifully sweet energy. Her significant role with Jesus, as described in the Gospels, includes her washing his feet. Maybe you're washing the wrong feet. Witnessing his death and being one of the first people he appeared after his resurrection. Like, I think some beautiful things will appear with that King of Cups. It just goes to show me there. So controversies about other roles she may have played include Christ's bride, a temple priestess, or a disciple. Call upon her for help with forgiveness and opening your heart to more love. And, I feel like she's holding it there, and like Leo would say, but I have, and I do, and I have, and I do. Well, I think it's asking you to look at what you're doing it with. Take a look at the things you've held close to your heart. Wow, Leo, I've missed you guys so much. It's so good to be back. Please feel free to comment below. Hit that like button for me. It just shows support, and I really appreciate knowing at least I'm helping someone, I hope. And also follow me on Instagram at Hazel's House 8. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Leo.